Hello my lovelies, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you doing? I hope that you're having a lovely day and you're good to go for today's video. Before we go any further, if you're brand new to my channel, please click subscribe and ring that bell right now before we go any further, as I'm pretty sure you'll want to be subscribed because there's lots coming soon that I think you'll enjoy. And also make sure that you head over to my Instagram and give me a little follow and come say hey over there. Today's video, guys, is a super fun one, but one that you have been requesting for a few months now. Whenever I talk about supplements or the things that I take every day, I've had comments asking for you guys to know exactly about which supplements I take every single day. So I've been meaning to do kind of like a supplement overview video, a little bit about my morning regime, just to show you what I get up to first thing in the morning, which isn't always pretty. In fact, it's never pretty because I'm not a morning person. But I thought it'd be really interesting for you guys because I do take quite a lot of supplements now, and I'm a real advocate for supplements and how they can adjust your general wellness, your well-being, your health, all of those kind of things. Obviously in conjunction with a balanced diet, which is the key thing, but I do now take multiple supplements every day. So I wanted to start by talking to you about my morning regime, how I start my day every day, what I take and why I take it, and what I found the benefits to be, because hopefully you guys will find it really helpful too. If you struggle with period pains, irregular periods, I've got PCOS, so my periods are very irregular. Sorry guys if that's TMI. But I'm going to talk about things that I take for my menstrual cycle. I'm going to talk about the things that I take for my health, the one-offs that I take when I'm really tired, if I need some help sleeping, because I tend to go kind of like herbal supplement route before medication as much as possible. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, please keep watching. But let's start with how I start my day every day.
It was like if we were to waste these moments, the like poets to me. You getting inside my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting inside my brain. You getting inside my brain. You're new to me. I don't know who you are, be like a piece of art. I want more, but better slow it down. Inside my mind is getting all too loud, I get scared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not prepared. It was like if we were to wait.
So as you can see, there's really not a lot to start in my day. It's an up, kind of do the school run, all of those kind of normal things. But you can see that the biggest part of my morning regime, other than my morning cup of tea, because I would be a failure at life without my morning brew, is the way I take my supplements and the supplements I take. So let's talk through which ones I take, which ones I take and why I take them. So I've got all of my daily supplements right here to go through, and then I've also got a couple of extras which I think you guys might also be interested in. So I'm going to dive right in with the first one, which is the omega-3 fish oils. This is 1,000 milligrams. I take one capsule of these every day, simply because, do you know what, I think someone who had been to a nutritionist told me about the types of fish oils and things that we're all as human beings naturally deficient in, and the way that it can help you. Now, I haven't ever taken this alone, so I can't contribute to what the actual kind of side effects, or not side effects, the positive benefits are of it. But I'd had, at the same time that I started taking, about 5 different supplements all at once, and I definitely noticed a marked increase. It was about 1.5 years ago, and I was suffering really badly with tiredness. Now, I suffer with a lot of tiredness and fatigue anyway. I'm a very tired person and I need a lot of sleep. I've always been that way. I'm very grumpy in the mornings. I don't like being woken up, and it was getting to the stage where even on work days I was needing to nap for between 1 hour and 2 hours in the day just to get through the day. And I'm talking going to bed at like 8-9 o'clock and waking up at 7 and still needing 2 hours of sleep. So obviously I went and checked with the doctor. There was nothing wrong with me, but I was just really struggling, so I knew something needed to change, and that was really kind of my motivation in starting my journey with supplements. So I kind of looked into what could be the best little bundle for me, and one of the biggest recommendations as part of a good balanced diet, not necessarily for tiredness, was omega fish oils, and the way that we are so naturally deficient in certain types of them and things. So I thought, do you know what, even if that's not going to help with the fatigue, if that's going to help me give more of a balanced diet to my life, then I would absolutely give it a go. So I buy 100 capsules at a time from Holland and Barrett with these. They get me through months and months, like it's 3 months worth there nearly. So I can't actually say what that does in terms of on its own because I've never tried it, but as part of my supplement diet, it's from there that I've seen huge benefits. I will start by saying that after I started taking those 5 supplements about a year and a half ago, I would say within about 10 days, I no longer needed that sleep in the day. Obviously, I like a good nap every now and then, but that's more kind of comfort and I'm feeling a little bit tired. It's not the same like lethargy and fatigue that I had before. So I definitely have testimony to this as part of my other supplements and helping achieve what I wanted, which was just to feel a bit healthier and a bit more awake. Obviously, next up would have to be the vitamin B12, which is always the go-to when you're tired, because vitamin B12 is basically the energy supplement. So it's what you want to go for. It's 1,000 PGs, it says here, it's 100 little tablets, and I take 1 a day. Now these are timed release, so they release through the day. So these are great to start your day with. You can kind of pop them in your mouth with other ones, because now I never used to be able to take tablets loads at once, guys, but now I just pop them all in and just swallow them all in one. Like, I feel like I'm esteemed as an adult now. But yeah, these are timed release, so they continue to release through the morning. I have noticed a huge difference on these. It's definitely true what they say, that B12 is the one that you need if you are tired, because if I don't take these for a couple of days in a row, if I forget or whatever, I definitely start to notice I feel a bit more tired. But huge marked increase in my lack of tiredness levels since I started taking these, and it helps you to kind of balance your energy levels. So you're not going to feel supercharged. It's not like caffeine or anything like that, but it's just a slow timed, more steady, more stable energy release through the day, which is obviously what we all want, because if you release it all at once, you then peak really quick as well. So you peak and then you have the downfall too. So B12 is great if you are also a tired person like me. Okay, next up, evening primrose oil. As mentioned, I've got PCOS, guys. I have always had that. I was diagnosed in my teens, so it's something that I've always struggled with. I have irregular periods, very, very heavy periods. And I've got to be honest, this is the one that I've seen the biggest difference, like the biggest physical difference in my life in terms of how my periods have reacted. So I've been taking evening primrose oil for about a year and a half now, and I would say that within probably 3 months, my cycle was how I'd never had it. As someone with PCOS, I would tend to go 6 or 7 weeks between a period, but then they could last to 14 days and they were very heavy. So, and then I would go through a slight upset or stressful time, and then they'd go months and months without having them. I remember one year I went 6 months without having a period, and then I had a period for 6 months pretty much constantly. So it's not a good thing in my life, but the older I've got, the more I've learnt to embrace things like this, and I honestly could not do without this now. So within 3 months, my periods were regular. I'm talking every 4 weeks, almost to the day, and if it's not to the day, it's only 12 hours either side. So I can be clockwork with knowing when I'm due on, which I've never had in my entire adult life. So that's amazing. They're also so much shorter and way less heavy. So I have obviously had a child in the last 3 years, and that always changes things, but I noticed that my PCOS symptoms were coming back after about a year. When I started taking these, I've never been more regular. I can't recommend them enough. Obviously, these are the changes that I noticed, and I can't guarantee how they're going to work for you, but absolutely swear by these. And testament further to how well they work, about a month ago, I ran out, and I was so busy. It went about a week before I bought any new ones. Let's just say my system went crazy. Not just my period, which instantly came on and wasn't good and was like reminiscent of years ago, but I felt really unwell. I didn't feel good, and that to me was like a sign of how good these are at balancing my entire system as well. So I absolutely will never let myself run out again. That was kind of like a reinforcement to myself. Next up, an everyday one for me is Pycnogenol, which is one that you may not have heard about. It's a natural extract. It's from the bark of a French pine tree, and it has so many uses. Now, I like taking this one because it is naturally formed and found. Pycnogenol is great for heart health, cognitive function. It can help when you're on a plane with things like jet lag and stuff like that. It's one of those everyday things, but I take it for heart health and things like that, just for personal reasons and family history. Obviously not recommended, like not been told to. It's just something that I love. It's an amazing supplement that does so many things. It's great for just basically all round. It's a good all-rounder, and it's one that I've used for about a year now. You literally just take 1 or 2 capsules every day in the same way. So I take mine first thing in the morning, add it into my diet, and I've definitely noticed that I feel a little bit healthier. Again, I can't really contribute, other than the evening primrose oil and a couple of others, I can't really attribute one single one to boosting the way I feel and the health that I feel and my well-being, but altogether they've made a massive impact in my life. And I started taking these based on the fact that they are so good for heart health, just because obviously I want to keep my heart healthy. I'm young, but I'm, you know, trying to be cautious and build up the most stable well-being for my body and things like that. So these were a no-brainer to add into my regime, and again, really easy to just take first thing in the morning. Okay, the next one I take every day is vitamin C. Now I'm currently taking the chewable vitamin C from My Vitamins. You take 2 of these every day, but I've taken different forms of vitamin C for a while now. I know when I'm under the weather, and I know when I'm coming down with stuff, and I went through a period of about a year where I was just constantly ill with tonsillitis or colds. I got a chest infection and I never get them, and I just knew I was really under the weather. So I knew then it was time to introduce some vitamin C, and especially this year with the pandemic, it's just kind of given me, I mean, obviously it's not going to steer it away, but vitamin C is like the orange juice for your diet, isn't it? It's like keeping you as healthy as possible, helping to encourage your body to fight off and like to fight germs off, to fight bacteria off, to just be the strongest that it can be. Vitamin C is what they tell you to drink when you've got a cold. They're like, have some vitamin C, have some orange juice. It's just about helping to build up your immunity and things like that. So I really swear by taking vitamin C in your diet. I haven't had a cold, touch wood, in quite a while now. In fact, the last time I think I had anything was a chest infection in about April. So yeah, it's been a while. I can definitely see a difference in my immunity, and I get things less now, if that makes sense. I'm not completely healthy. I still get stuff from time to time, but I do really enjoy taking this, and have since obviously introduced vitamin C into my children's diet as well, just because I want them to be able to carry on the benefits of having added vitamin C. Another one from My Vitamins now, obviously, like, I'm halfway through this tub, as you can see. You can now get big tubs. So this is the coconut and collagen supplement. You take 2 of these every day. Obviously, coconut, collagen, very good for skincare. That's pretty much what it's for, is for healthy skin. My skin feels amazing since I've taken these now. I do have blemish prone skin, which is an absolute pain in my backside, I'm not gonna lie, and I hate it. But what can I do? I want to make sure that my skin is the best that it can be. So I've really invested in the last year about thinking about skin from the inside out, not just what I put on it, but what I put underneath, if that makes sense. So a supplement to me that was like specifically in my eyes, I'm literally taking it specifically for my skin, is this one. I'm probably on my 5th month now of taking this, maybe my 4th. But I don't have any complaints. It's certainly not made things worse, and I have seen a marked improvement in my skin texture overall. I generally buy the smaller one. There's 60 capsules in here, so that's a month's worth. But you can get 180 capsules like this, which is a huge one, which will give you 3 months worth. So I highly recommend that if you want to try it out. If you're looking for a skincare supplement, it's absolutely getting a thumbs up from me. And the newest addition to my everyday routine is the vitamin D3. Obviously, as we're coming out of summer, obviously vitamin D from the sun, stuff like that. Like, I love being in the sun, but I've had some scary times this year with some moles that have gone a little bit rogue, so it's really put me off sitting in the sun for too long. So I wanted to think about how I could get extra vitamin D into my diet and things like that. I was looking at skincare, but again, I've come to that point now where it's important for me to be combating whatever I'm looking for on my skin, outside and inside. So I thought that these would be a really great place to start. They're little tiny little soft gels, as you can see, which is really cute, and I think you take 1 a day. I haven't started yet, I'm about to, but it says best taken with food. I always take these with my cup of tea, and if I have a banana, because I struggle with breakfast, I can't eat early, so I always try and take these with a banana. But those are, well, this will be part of my everyday regime, but these are my everyday supplements, the ones that I take every day, and can definitely say I feel better, 100% better in many different ways. My periods are better, my skin feels better, I feel healthier, and I have that confidence, most importantly, to know that I'm looking after my body from the inside out. I'm 32, I'm not 20 anymore. Like, I feel like as a responsible adult, this is something I needed to do, and I'm really glad that I did start my supplement journey. Now, there are a couple of additional ones that I take as and when I need them. The first one that I'll talk to you about is the My Vitamins Beauty Sleep Tablets. Now, these are really good because I was also taking magnesium. Now, I'm someone who suffers with insomnia, and if I'm remotely stressed, if I'm busy with work, if I've got something on my mind, if I've got anything going on, my sleep gets even worse. Now, I never struggle to get to sleep, but I do struggle to stay asleep, and that's always been my issue. And if I wake up at 4 a.m, that's it, I'm up for the day, which is a real kicker, especially as someone, like I said, who gets tired a lot. So I don't like to take sleeping tablets. I have never ever got on very well with anything like that, just for the simple reason they make me feel like a lead weight the next day. Even if I take half the dose, I've always struggled with that. So I wanted to look for something something natural that would help, and these are the two that I would recommend. So magnesium on its own is great for loads and loads of different things. It helps with psychological functions, muscle functions, everything like that. It also helps with your metabolism. So magnesium is prescribed for a lot of different things. Now, if you take it before bed, it's supposed to give you a much better night's sleep. So that's why I picked up the magnesium. It's definitely a very good natural place to look if you are struggling with sleep. But then the beauty sleep version from My Vitamins, I'm on my second tub of these. Now, I'm not going to lie, in the morning you do need a strong cup of coffee to wake up. It's not quite lead weight feeling, but you can definitely feel it. But I'm going to testify to these guys. If you take one before bed, if you take a dose before bed, you're going to sleep. Really sleep. So I don't tend to take these in the week because obviously of that morning feeling, having kids needing to do the school run. But if I'm struggling on a Friday, Saturday or Sunday night, I will take these and they help massively, and I feel so rested because I wake up in the morning and I've not woken up multiple times. I've not been up at 4, so although it takes me a little bit longer to kind of come to my senses and wake up in the morning and I need a coffee, they give me a good night's sleep. So for me, that outweighs the lead weighty kind of type feeling, so I highly recommend checking these out as well. So if sleep is a problem, definitely look at magnesium or the beauty sleep option from My Vitamins. Now on the flip side, when I'm struggling in the day, I do occasionally now take a caffeine supplement, which I've always been really wary of because my heart tends to pound and they've always just frightened me a little bit. But I have learned that with these caffeine tablets, which are really, really good, you only need one, and do not take them very often because they will literally give your system a kick. But when I've had to work like 14-hour days with work and I've still got the kids, sometimes I just lag, like we all do, and I can't drink any more coffee and I can't drink any more tea and I just need something to give me a little bit of help. These are great. They will instantly perk you up. Make sure you've eaten. That is my biggest recommendation. Do not take these on an empty stomach because you will feel ill. But if you take them after your lunch, after your dinner, these are great. They're going to wake you up and give you all of that extra focus and function that you need to kind of like feel like you're starting your day again. As with anything like that, obviously, I tend to find, this is my personal experience, I will peak, so I'll feel great, but then there is a real quick crash afterwards. So don't think of them as a magic antidote because there is a come down afterwards. So I tend to take mine later in the afternoon when I know that naturally I'm going to be kind of going to bed a little bit later anyway. So that's how it fits really nicely into my regime. I don't take them often, once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on what I've got going on, and never more than once a day. But if you need something that helps, and My Vitamins are a brand that I trust with what's in them, you know, a lot of the high street shops that sell supplements, the quality of them is not as good, which is why I only buy my supplements from My Vitamins or Holland & Barrett, where I can literally be fully confident in everything that goes into them. So that would be another tip when it comes to shopping with them. I will link below to all of these. If any of these are issues that you suffer with, I'd love to know, and love to know what you guys take and how you're finding them, and if supplements like this are an option for you. They're not pricey. Some of my friends have been like, yeah, but that must be really expensive. Well, for a month's worth, like, it's not that pricey. Like, I think my omega-3s are like $12.99 from like 3 months, which is great, which is nothing over the month when you take it every day. And My Vitamins always have offers on their website, which I will link below if I can find any when this video goes live. But there's always ways of saving money, and they're not as expensive as you think. And ultimately for me, I couldn't really put a price on my everyday like function and well-being, and you know, just knowing that I have the confidence now in all of those things that I take to know that my body is a bit better looked after, because my diet isn't always the greatest. I tend to like skip meals when I'm busy, which I shouldn't do. I drink way too much Diet Coke and coffee. So at least knowing I've got my supplement side of things, I feel like I'm doing something even on the days when I am really bad. So that's just why I take supplements anyway. So guys, that is today's video about my morning regime and my supplements, why I take them, how I take them, and what benefits I've seen. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video because, as I said, it was recommended by some of you. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, what you think about all of my supplements, and if you'll be picking any up to give them a whirl, please do let me know. Also guys, I would love to know what you take. If there's anything that you think I would really enjoy trying or benefit from, please let me know in the comments. I'm always up for trying more supplements just to see how much more they can add to my everyday life. Other than that, all I'm going to say is thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope that you've enjoyed it, and I will look forward to seeing you very soon for the next one. Bye.